Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga for AS. We have had lots of requests recently for shorter tutorials. So this is a 30-minute tutorial which has poses from first steps and next steps. Listen to my guidance and practice along with me. You can always hit pause and rewind if you find the pose at all confusing. Ensure there is enough room in your house or wherever you are practicing, about the size of a single bed. The equipment you will need is a chair you can easily move around and something that you can use as a cushion. A key phrase me and Geoff always emphasise is stretch, not strain. If you're feeling the stretch, you're getting the benefits. Importantly, have fun and stay tuned for more videos to come. So come to a comfortable seat, and you can always put a pillow behind the chair. We're going to just begin with a few rounds of deep breath. We're just going to go for 6. So exhale the lungs to begin. Empty all the breath out of the lungs. And let's inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, really think about expanding your belly, expanding your chest. Exhale, feel the chest contract, feel the belly full. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Let's do 1 more. Make it the longest breath you've done all day. Feel your chest up, feel that belly up, and exhale. You can even give it a sigh. Release that now. We're going to come to standing. So take your time making your way up to standing. We're going to come into mountain posture. So feet a hip distance apart, or they can be together, it's your choice today. Arms open by your side, feet firmly pressing into the floor. Really focus on standing as tall as you can. Imagine there's a piece of string attached to the top of the head and it's drawing your head up. Arms open, shoulders dropping down towards the floor. Just observing how you're standing here. Deep breaths in. In these postures we're going for 3 rounds of breath. But everyone has their own breathing rhythm, so count in your own time. But we'll hold the postures for around 3 breaths. Lovely, let's come into our next posture. So take your chair and have the backrest facing you, as I'm doing. And now you want to take the strong part of the wrists, so the heel of the wrists, the part between the forearm and the hand, and rest that onto the chair. Walk your feet back walk your feet back about 1 meter. Have a soft bend in the knees. For some of you, your feet might want to go back a bit further. And then, keeping the head nice and neutral in between the armpits, start to drop the chest down towards the floor. Not the head, but the chest. And breathe here. Feeling a stretch into the back of the legs. Remember, you might not be as deep, you might be further up, and that's okay. If you're feeling a stretch, you're getting the benefits, people. Pressing into your feet, pressing into your hands, taking a deep breath in to walk your feet all the way back up. Okay, turn the chair 180 degrees. And you can always do this with your bum against the wall to give it some more support. But we're going to come into a standing forward fold now. So beginning nice and tall, take your hands onto your hips. Coming back to that idea of a piece of string drawing the head up. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, bending the knees, starting to send the chest down towards the chair, keeping that nice flat back. And then taking your hands down to the chair. This might be enough for you today. And have your feet about a foot away from the chair. Some of you it might be more, some of you it might be less. Keep on just allowing everything to drop down. And over time you may find you can walk further down. So find what works best for you today. Some of you might be higher up, some of you might be lower down, some of you might even have your fingertips or your hands down. When you find what feels most comfortable, find the posture and breathe. Sticking that bum up towards the ceiling, bending the knees as much as you need. Slowing down the breath. Okay, to come out, press into the feet first. Engage your legs, slowly walk your hands back up, engaging that core. Hands onto the chair, walking the feet closer in, then coming back up to standing. Lovely, let's come into the next posture. So, I'm going to turn the chair the other side just to give you a different angle. I'm going to come into our next posture, and we want the right foot facing the chair, and the left foot about 45 degrees, half of 90, and the left heel in line with the right heel. So you want both of them in line. About 2 feet, some of you it might be less, some of you it might be more. Then take your hands onto your hips. And as you can see here, my hips are rotating to the left. And what we're aiming to do is to really gently rotate your hips towards the chair. Now for some it might be a little bit of a rotation, for some it might be a lot, but over time we're looking to increase this. Back leg nice and straight. You can have a soft bend in your right knee, and this might feel enough for you today. If you want to go deeper, take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to take the chest forward and take your hands down towards the chair. Pushing that back leg into the floor, sending the chest down. This is known as pyramid pose. Focusing on those hips facing towards the chair. And on an inhale, very slowly, come back up. And we're going to swap to the other side. Left foot in front, right foot behind, right heel in line with the left, right foot out half of 90 degrees, and the right heel, as I said before, in line with the left. Notice how your hips are most likely rotated to the right. Soft bend in the left knee. Very slowly looking to rotate your hips so they become more central to the chair. But don't force here. You don't need to go any deeper than necessary. As soon as you're feeling a sensation, a stretch, you stop there. Because I promise you, you're getting the benefits. There's no triumph in muscling into a posture. If you want to go deeper, you know what to do. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to take the chest forward, not the head, and take the hands down onto the chair. Press firmly into your feet. Slowly engaging the core to come back up. You can always use a wall. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Move the chair to one side because we're going to make our way down to all fours now. And you can always have some pillows handy to pad up the knees or a blanket. I will show you how we can use a blanket. So take the time coming down to all fours. There's no rush. But when you come down, you can always pad the knees up with a blanket or a couple of pillows. Whatever works best for you. Wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Okie dokie. So, pressing your feet into the floor, keeping that spine nice and neutral. We're going to move through some rounds of cat-cow, but what we're going to ensure is that we're not going any deeper than we need to. It's quite a subtle movement. So from neutral, keeping the head just Nice and balanced, so it's not lifting up too high, it's not pressing down too much, it's just looking down to the floor. Drop the belly down to the floor, then the bum back, send the chest forward, and you've got this nice arching in the spine. For some it might not be such an arch, but we're just slowly looking to increase that range of motion. So this is known as cow pose. And now we're going to come into cat. By doing that, we press into the hands and we think about our belly drawing up in towards our spine and the middle of our spine drawing up to the ceiling. Now, you don't need to go very deep here. As soon as you're feeling that stretch in the back, you stop there. You don't need to go that far down at all and that far up. Let's drop back into the cow, belly down, chest forward, bum back. Let's drop back into cat. Deep breath into cow. Deep breath out into cat. Let's do one more. Really long deep breath. Exhale, open the mouth, give it a sigh. Send it back into cow. Cats and cows. Slowly walking your hands back up to a kneeling position. You can always use a chair on your wall for stability. You can always get more padding for the knees if you need to. We're going to prepare for our next posture, which is a low lunge. So step your right foot forward. And if you need help getting it there, take your right hand onto your thigh. Lift it up and step it through. Right knee stacked over the right ankle. Left thigh drawing directly down. So we've got this nice 90-degree angle with the legs. Really important here for the alignment. So we don't want this right ankle going anywhere beyond. We should be able to see the right toes, essentially. Now, to begin, take your hands on your hips and just observe, is your bum sticking back behind you? If it is, can you just allow it to tuck down a little bit, squeezing that bum a little bit, engaging that bum. You should feel a stretch at the top of the left thigh and focus on that left leg drawing down to the floor. Breathing here. Keeping that spine nice and long, keeping the head nice and neutral, so it's not sticking forward, it's not looking up. Lovely stuff. We're going to switch sides. You can always use a wall or a chair for some stability to step the right foot back, and then to step the left foot through. Left knee above that left ankle, right thigh drawing down. Taking your hands onto your hips, noticing if your bum is pushing back behind you. If it is, can you just give it a little bit of a squeeze and tilt it forward. Squeezing that bum, feeling that stretch on the right thigh, drawing down to the floor. And if you need to use a wall, use a wall. If you need to use a chair, use a chair. Keeping that spine nice and long. Left hand onto the wall of the chair if you need to step it back. And we're slowly going to make our way to another posture on the other side. So, as we did before, we step the right foot through. Now, this time, we're keeping that left thigh drawing down, keeping that right knee stacked over the right ankle first, but then we're just going to edge that right foot a little bit further away. For some, it might be about a foot, for some, it might literally be a centimetre. And then, we send that right knee further down so it comes back in line with that right ankle. This is a deeper lunge, and this is really going to get into that psoas muscle, which is a muscle that comes from the top of the left thigh and draws all the way into the spine. So it's quite a deep one. So you can always have the right foot further in, and for some, the first variation will feel enough. Arms open by the side, but you do have the option to take the arms up. Just looking in between the fingertips, head isn't dropping back. Just looking beyond the fingertips for now. Over time you might feel you can draw the hands higher up. Breathing here. Squeezing that bum. Squeeze your bum like your life depends on it. Really makes a difference in this posture. Very slowly take your hands down. Use a wall or a chair. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot in. And if you feel more comfortable doing the first variation, do that. But you do have the option to walk that left foot further in front and start to sink that left thigh forward, left knee stacked over the left ankle. This side might feel a bit different, that's completely normal. Squeeze that bum, arms open by your side, using a wall if you need, or some might like to take the arms up. Do what feels good, do not strain. We're looking for a stretch. Wherever you are, if you're feeling the sensation, you're getting the benefits. You never need to go deeper than necessary. Breathe here. Very slowly take your hands back down. Use a wall. If you need to, step that left back to meet the right. And we're going to very slowly, very mindfully make our way down onto our bellies. You can always have some blankets underneath if that feels comfortable. Do what feels best. Now take one forearm on top of the other and allow your head just to rest onto your forearms. Squeeze your bum a little bit just to protect that lower spine. Feet can be hip distance apart. Now this is a very gentle back bend, and this might already feel like definitely enough for you. But if you want to go deeper, you do have the option to take the forearms out in front, soften down onto the belly, keeping the head neutral, so if you were to sing, your throat would be nice and open. Squeezing that bum just very slightly. You do have the option, if you do want to go deeper, to walk the elbows a little bit closer in. This is known as Sphinx posture. Ensuring you're squeezing the bum, pressing that pelvis down to the floor. Remember, wherever you are, it's all good. It's all good wherever you are. We're all improving. We're all breaking down that inflammation, decreasing pain. Slowly take that down, take a rest, take your head back down onto your forearms. For those who are already down here, you can take your forearms even further away and rest a little bit deeper. Okie dokie everyone, so we're going to come back to all fours, and the safest way to do that is just use your right hand, press yourself onto one side, hang out here in a little fetal position, and then very carefully pressing yourself up to all fours and taking your time getting there. If getting up another way feels better, then do so. Again, back on all fours. If you need that padding, go and get it. Nothing wrong with a couple pillows. Now take the feet together and knees about a little bit wider than hip distance apart. For some you might want to have them a bit closer if you get a lot of tightness in the groin. For some you might want to have it a bit wider. So adjust accordingly. And then very slowly send your bum down towards your heels. Reaching, just resting your forearms out in front of you, allowing your chest to soften down to the floor, head to relax down towards the floor. This is child's pose. Now, you're focusing on your bum drawing down towards your heels, but it might not get there. You might be up here, and that's completely fine. If your head doesn't touch the floor, get a couple pillows, a couple books, and just allow your head to rest under there. Breathing here. This is a great counter posture for the gentle back bend we did. This is also a nice one to do in bed. It's quite a calming posture. So keep breathing here. Okay, very slowly pressing into the hands, engaging that belly, coming back up to all fours, taking your feet to one side. Be very mindful doing this, very slow, as slow as you need, using as many props as you need to make your way onto your back. Come down to lie on your back. When you come to lie down, notice how your chin is resting. See if you can have a very slight double chin. So your neck isn't extended back, but just a little bit of a double chin. Just helping to work with our postures. Work with our posture. Soles of the feet on the floor. Now, very slowly, lift your right leg and place your right shin just below the left knee. And this is a stretch that's getting into the outer hip and the SI joint. This might feel definitely enough for you today. And if it does, stay here and breathe. If you want to go deeper, here are your options. Option 1 is to interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, draw the right knee to the right shoulder. Option 2, take the fingers below the right knee and take that right knee again towards the right shoulder. And the last option is to lift the left leg up. And this takes it way deeper. So find what works for you today. Breathing here. Very slowly come out, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Left leg up, left shin below the right knee. This might be enough. Or if you want to go deeper, option 1, interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Option 2, fingers below the left knee. And option 3 is to lift that left leg up. Left knee towards the left shoulder. See if you can keep those shoulders nice and relaxed down to the floor. Come out very slowly. Take that left leg back down. Soles of the feet back down to the floor. We're going to come into our last little posture, which is a twist. So I'm going to come just at the side so you can have a better view. Lift the knees up, arms open by your side like a capital letter T. A little bit of a tuck in with the chin. You can always have a pillow resting on the back of the neck. Taking those arms, extending them out wide, taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to allow those knees to drop to the right. And you may feel the left shoulder lift up, and that's okay. And you may want to have a pillow resting underneath the right knee. This is a reclined twist. Twisting everything out to finish up our practice today. You have the option to take your right hand to the outside of the left knee, and for some of you, you might feel it feels nice to look past your left fingertips. Find what feels good and breathe. Okie doke, let's do the other side. Very slowly take your knees up towards center, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to allow those knees to drop to the left. And again, you can place a pillow under the left knee, if you need to. Option to take the left hand onto the outside of the right knee, or you keep that left arm extended. And again, if that left shoulder blade lifts up, that's okay. And over time, we're looking to allow it to rest back down. Breathing here, slowing down the breath. Very slowly, taking your time to take your knees back up into center. We're just going to take our hands onto our knees and just gently squeeze the knees into the chest. You can rock a little bit up and down, side to side, but just be gentle here. And then I'm going to just turn back to face the side. Soles of the feet on the mat. Again, if you need a pillow underneath the head, that's okay. Just give it any support you need. Seeing if you can ensure you've got a little bit of a tuck in with the chin. So a very slight double chin. Arms open by your side. You can also have a pillow underneath the bum to give some more support for the lower back. So if you need to do that, then go for it. And we're just going to end, before we come into a relaxation, just turning to look past the right shoulder. For some, you might have loads of motion and you can go quite far, for some not so much. But either way, you're getting benefits with just a very gentle rock to the right, keeping the chin nice and gently tucked. Because we're lying down, it takes away some of the pressure onto our neck, as opposed to doing it seated. Very slowly come back up and do the other side. Breathing here, slowing down the breath. Take a deep breath in, take it back up. And we're going to come to relax now. So you can always put on some layers, put on a couple jumpers, t-shirt, get a blanket like I've got, you can put that over you. Soles of the feet resting on the mat, hip distance apart, hands open by your side, arms open by your side. And just ensure you've got that very gentle tuck in with the chin. Imagine someone's just taken their hands onto your shoulders and they're gently pressing your shoulders down to the floor. You can have a pillow under the bum, as I said before. Ensure it's not over the lower back. Do what you need to get comfortable, and do you know what? If lying on a bed feels better, go and lie on a bed. Now take the longest breath you've taken all day, and then hold the breath for a few moments. Feel any tension inside the body as you're holding this breath. Now exhale, open the mouth and give it a sigh. Let it all out. This is your time. Just taking a few moments to just soak everything up. Feel your body in contact with the floor, and without breathing with any effort required, just feeling every time you exhale, your body sinking a little bit more into the floor below you. The whole body relaxing now, from the head all the way to the toes. Very slowly, if you want to stay here longer, just turn the video off and stay here for as long as you need. For those who want to return to their day, take your time, starting to take some deeper breaths, rotating the hands, the fingertips, the ankles, the wrists, the toes. And then very slowly, keeping the eyes soft, turn to lie on your right side, hanging out here in a fetal position, and then using your arms very slowly to come up into a seat. You can either sit up on a chair or sit with your legs in front of you like I'm doing. They don't have to be completely crossed. We'll just come onto a chair. or stay lying down, whatever works best for you. Spend a moment thanking yourself for taking this time out of your day. It's so important and you deserve it. We all deserve to feel good, and this is a big step towards it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If this video added value to you, please like, comment, share, and importantly subscribe to this channel for more tutorials to come. If you know someone that could also benefit from this tutorial, please do share it with them. You can reach out to Geoff via Instagram at jeff.lindsay or myself at Jamie Boda. Lastly, if you want to be part of a supportive community where you can learn more about Yoga for AS, join our Facebook group Yoga for AS. You can see the link for all of these in the description below. Take care everyone, and see you all soon.